So, one more story from old Uncle Matt. Once upon a time, in, was it 2008, I was traveling from the city of Warsaw to the city of Poznań. And in the carriage, I was alone with a couple of people around 40. And we chit-chatted for a while, and all of a sudden the eyes turned black, pitch black. And they started slandering each other on my very eyes. The female said, "He's beating me, and he is constantly demanding sex. He's slandering me and lying all the time." While the male replied, "I feel betrayed. She didn't take of our children well. She forced our children to move against me. And on top of that, she's an old filthy whore that betrayed me multiple times." The female replied, "Well, he's a liar of liars, and his inferiority complex is compensating in such a manner that I have to deal with his shit all the time." The male replied, She was always betraying me. She was a filthy, filthy rag." That is just a reminder of what happened. Not exact words, but close ones. Their eyes from black turned to regular. And they were stunned at the words they said. And I asked them, "Do you remember what you just said?" And they said, in confusion, "I don't know what took over us. It was something else." And they turned into this splendid couple once again that looked towards the compartment areas, and they didn't know what the hell was going on. So I changed the compartment to rethink it. And it was a case of a possession, that is, of course. However, that made me reflect on the human nature and lies they feed to each other. Namely, that people cannot survive without the lies about themselves and the other, even in a loving couple. They need lies to survive, pretty white lies. Because if you unmask them in the pure mirrors of perception, they would kill each other, they would murder each other, they would jump at each other's throats. So then I decided that I value honesty and genuine people. Genuine people meaning people that are transparent with themselves and the gods. They play the games, but they are aware of their downfalls, of their miserable vices, of their bestiality, and the benevolence and the idyll. Because this is the whole of what a mortal is. An animal doesn't need to define what an animal is. A human is a unhealthy, broken animal, crank tier. And he needs to define himself and his humaneness, to coin himself, to design meanings, what is right, what is wrong, to partake in the fruit of good and evil, to derive what is good and what is evil. As Julian, the emperor, mentioned, I don't understand the Hebrews. They say that the tree of good and evil is some serpent-given myth. Julian was a Neoplatonist. He said, you need to know good and evil in order to derive the good. Otherwise, you're just an ignorant, a deluded ignorant. And from ignorance, from delusion, from darkness, you derive more evil. You need to know all that in order to understand. In the perfidious sense, you need to partake in the mysteries of the serpent in order to derive what is good, what is right. Because otherwise you're an ignorant, a deluded ignorant. And darkness is ignorance. Darkness is stupidity and foolishness. And there is nothing more disgusting, apart from injustice that we feel to the deepest of our atoms, than humans that grow in this delusion, ignorance, fakeness, that they want to be something that they are not. And they grow into it. And when they are confronted in the mirrors of, if not life, death, they break into woe and sorrow of dead shadows, of dead souls. Because they realize that their lives were not lived according to genuinity, authenticity, but according to lies, falsities. And hence they feel the sorrow of the graveyard and this dance of death. And death is a terrible king, the most terrible of them all. It is the despots. Death shows you the true face of humanity. Thank you.